Hey y'all, baby, it's not gonna be a long one because on my end of the street it is late. I just wanted to we're gonna do some more tomorrow, but I want to get into the destruction of our community and the destruction of the hatred that our beautiful black men have for us. So some parts you're gonna see today, some parts you're gonna see tomorrow. But I'm gonna start off with my brother, Mr. DJ Torch and Friends. So this video credit goes out to DJ Torch, right? And some other ones, but you'll see, right? We're gonna start right here.
Not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any
a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
Get your food. If you say
I gotta fast forward that part.
Oh my God, I'll say one more thing when I you out.
All these men to abuse women in America. I find that very ironic and interesting, kind of disgusting at the same time, since it was women who voted for the right to have you in our country. So I find it really ironic, very ironic. Let's check this out.
Well, and that's the problem.
What would you suggest? I'm just wondering because
I would say it's going to be extremely difficult. But what I would suggest is women who actually think about it from the man's side, understanding that my child today is a liability because it costs. So number one, is she well-mannered, well-behaved?
Well, first of all, unless the woman passed away or a man takes full custody and full ownership of a child, it's never his child ever. It's we at best.
Absolutely.
We don't think about it like that. In the Kevin Samuels world, he don't even think about it like that. As much as he avoided child support, he should kind of sit down. Here we go.
Taking care. Does she understand? And do I really believe that you're going to come second to my husband? Is my husband?
What about your daughter?
Or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say
that's exactly, he's got a really good point. It's a package deal is no deal for narcissists, basically. If you're a narcissist, yes, he is absolutely correct. A package deal for you is a no deal. As if there's nobody out there, no men out there that actually love the women they want to be around. You know? Welcome, Mistress Newbie, Feisty Black Tina, Why Seeking Knowledge, Gold Reflection. Everybody's up in here tonight. Let's do this. We are about to do this.
I were to get married, you got a daughter, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say we have 2 kids together.
Mm-hmm.
And your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and says, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship would have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person even be close to the bathroom to see her?
Mhm.
That would be the thing. You have to defend your seed. You have to defend your child.
But you also remember you got 2 of my kids.
No, they're not your kids, bro. If you had kids with her, they're not your kids. And it's funny. You know what's funny about this? Hey, Happy Life. You know what's funny and ironic about it? He literally spent most of his daughter's life running away from him. I'm not kidding you. Welcome everybody to the warm up. We're going to be talking about fathers today. Some really weird. Some really weird. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this in reference to this guy right here. Why Seeking Knowledge says, I bet he is feeling different now. I bet he is too, considering he didn't want to go to jail in the first place. Yeah, that's right. That's the funny part. And oh, I'm glad you brought this to my attention. Welcome, E. Melanin. And it's weird because I just left a room earlier today that the men in there could not keep their ish. They lost their temper to every little thing. They could not keep control of themselves. Maybe the director guy, there was a director of IT or something in there, and he was okay, but not quite. He was still a little bit sensitive, but at least he had some control over his faculties. The other guys didn't. But anyway,
Hey, Summer.
it's funny because they okay, let me break this down here first of all. Let me reread Why Seeking Knowledge message because this is so important here. Look at the man and look at the man in the picture. I mean, he walked in there technically a free man. He literally walked in there technically a free man. And because of his own bad, horrible temper and lack of emotional control, now he's probably not going to see a free day for a long time. Spicy Black Tina in the house. Happy Life in the house. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Happy Life, we're happier than this guy is. And you want to know something though? It's really weird to me because I met guys today on this other panel that would have probably done the same thing this dude did. They were that out of control. They literally could not control themselves. And it's scary because their whole stick was to shame, blame, and explain Black women. And I tried to explain it to them and made this man an example. It's like, look, I mean, how many Black men are in prison and how many Black women are in prison? Then I would get that circle talk. Okay? They'd go round and around and wouldn't answer. They wouldn't answer a basic question. So then what I did was I broke it down to them. I said, look, this is how it's working. 28%, and I'm being nice, of the population of Black men are in, prison. Well, how about women? How about women, they were saying? Probably like 2.8. So basically, they didn't like that. They didn't like it at all. they started getting upset. They started getting lit. They started the insults. The insults started coming in. It came in hard too. They were using all sorts of insults. Whatever you could name, they used it all. And it was really weird and interesting because they didn't know that I was just sitting back, watching them prove exactly why I was right. I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect them to go there. The only guy I give any credit to and that at least held his shit was the head of IT, whatever. I forgot what he worked for, but he was the director of it. But it's weird to see him in that channel because if he stays there, he's not. He doesn't realize he was in a room full of failures. He himself should have known that if you can't control your temper, you can't control yourself. But he was there. So I hope he keeps his gig. He's got a great gig. You know, and everybody was throwing up that example of.
That's not something.
Listen to this. Listen how he's trying to talk this woman into abusing her.
Or is
kids.
it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right?
Mhm.
And let's say we have 2 kids together,
Mhm.
and your child is 5. So 10
Child is
years
5.
from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin Touch looked at me getting out of the shower.
No, Kevin Touch. You said it right the first time.
What happens now?
That's a red flag right there. But let's keep it going.
The relationship would have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end.
Hey,
immediately.
Anthony.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person need to be close to the bathroom to see her?
Mhm.
That
Ours. Let me play that one more time.
What happens next?
the relationship would have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person need to be close to the bathroom to see her?
Mhm.
That would be the thing. You have to defend your seed. You have to defend your child.
Mhm. But you also remember you got 2 of my kids.
So
And
basically, he looks Kevin Samuel. You can break it down just by this. K-Sam, he's a property owner, and he looks at women as property, which makes sense. Which makes all the sense in the world. Let me see if I could find that other video.
I'll call Popo. Right on you.
Men's week, and it was a good week. Content. Talk to men about starting strong, making a decision, and when you start winning.
Remember now, we're talking about pimps. That's why I'm playing Kevin Samuel right now. That's why I'm playing him.
But one of the conversations I wanted to kind of build on is, I said it, that marriage today is increasingly become for guys who have money. Women may want to dispute that in theory, but in practice, men know it to be true. So what are you going to do if you don't?
And that's a good point by Kevin Samuels, that marriage now is really a business.
That's a good point about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels isn't married, sir. Let's go back to the video.
Instead of it is business.
Leaving behind.
Oh man! And in that other room, we had stutters and guys that couldn't get. I swear, no, let me keep it going.
Man karma, as it were. See, you ladies, a lot of women don't give a shit about the karma they leave behind.
That's really weird. Alexa, stop, please. Thank you.
to some degree, file your taxes and all that other kind of stuff. So they have the responsibility of not only employing you, but maintaining you.
Let me keep it going.
Girls, what
Here we go.
not a sugar baby, but 1099 girlfriend.
Listen to this.
You were a W-2 employee. That
Wow.
means the company you, and now the men are hip. Y'all are complaining about getting ghosted and this and that. And how do you solve this problem? I have a modest suggestion. 1099 relationships. 1099. What is a 1099?
1099 is something when you pay somebody for a service. Basically, he's telling you he's a trick. He's literally telling you he's a trick. And you all you K-Sam fans didn't even catch it. Welcome, Ellen. Gold Reflection in the house. Why is Seeking Knowledge? Hibiscus Daffo. E. Melanin. Why is Seeking Knowledge? Mistress Newbie. Why didn't anybody catch this?
Well,
God, that's
you
how
got
they
a
live.
job before and you got hired on directly, you were a W-2 employee. That means the company you work for had to have insurance on you to some degree, file your taxes and all that other kind of stuff. You solve this problem. I have a modest suggestion. 1099 relationships.
Tricking. That's what the manosphere has to sell. Tricking. Literally. Let's get into it. Check this out.
Pimp.
Wait, let me bring this up. Let me bring the volume. Volume's okay. The volume's cool. Chat if you need a little bit more pop.
Dictionary's not certain of the origin of the word, but that's not important. Everyone knows what it means. It used to be that pimps were part of the sleazy underground of every big city, but today they've come out in the open. They get interviewed in the slick magazines. Their customized cars, pimpmobiles, and their foppish clothes make fashion news. Almost all pimps are black. They give themselves names like Hollywood, Silky, Dandy, and Snake. Who are they?
So most pimps are black. So let's say he was wrong and he was being mean. You know, this was made a long time ago. The fact of the matter is that our own men prey on our own women. But then later on, wonder why women are cautious of them. That's the weird part.
How do they get women to prostitute themselves? 60 Minutes looked into the world of the pimp, the man who would be nothing without his woman.
Did you hear what he said? The man who would be nothing without his woman.
Would you care to go out? No?
She is a prostitute in New York, a working girl in the life, is how she describes herself.
Where are you going?
She works the streets in Midtown and outside the expensive hotels.
Well, do you want to go get a room?
Yeah, how much?
25?
At the end of her day, she turns all of her money over to a pimp. In return, he gives her room and board, some clothes, and a few trinkets. Her name is Cherise.
You know,
Cherise earned.
Let me pause it right there for a minute. Why seeking out proud pimps are black. Whites do the same and call themselves something different. Bars.
$750 a week, and she turns all of her money over to this man, Richard. He is Cherise's husband. He is also her pimp.
You got to be freaking kidding me. All these, now I know why these guys always talk about getting married if they get married, or marriage on, you know, in the red pill, which they don't. I'm telling you, it's the same thing. They're trying to gain access. That's it. And they're mad because women aren't giving them enough access right now. Act Natural Under Pressure is in the house.
A good pimp.
Gold Reflection breaks it down like this. They exert so much effort at being filthy and degenerate and how to get one over on the others instead of working hard and to be decent human beings. Bars. Simply bars right there.
And a good hoe, they would make it together, you know, because like she's looking for him to have something and he wants her to have something.
The white girl is Donna, another prostitute. In 5 years, she has had 5 pimps. She now operates without one.
I'm looking for a love affair. No, I don't. You know,
Oh, you looking for a love affair?
That's
You want to be loved.
right.
What everybody wants
And,
to be
and a
loved.
pimp isn't gonna go like that. As soon as another younger, cuter girl comes along that can make more money,
You don't
I'm
want
going out the door. And I couldn't stand it.
But
My
you ain't
heart
never
broke
really had a
like
good
that.
pimp, do you?
I don't want no good pimp. I want a good man.
No one knows how many working pimps there are in the United States. It is known that many pimps, though they like to describe themselves as gentlemen of leisure, in fact do work at pushing and dealing in drugs. But the crime of pimping is next to impossible to prosecute. Police do harass prostitutes, but almost in a casual way. More and more, society regards prostitution and pimping as victimless crimes. And so much has the pimp become a visible man that they're prepared to talk openly on television. This is Hollywood, with 2 of his girls, Paula and Sherry.
I'm black. I was born in the ghetto. Understand? I come up wanting things out of life, you know, and I found a way to get things that I want.
Then you could mix that in with that. I mean,
Oh, wait till y'all see the
I heard
moral.
somebody
We gonna be
sound
on
like
the
this.
road.
He was in that same room. Let me keep it going.
I wasn't born with a gold spoon in my mouth, and I don't have none of that old cash. I felt as if
And they always seem to use the fact that they had a hard beginning to make excuses for being
It's double.
irresponsible or damaged. Which is okay if you get work, but you're supposed to be telling a therapist this, not telling the general public that you had a hard time. You're supposed to be telling a therapist you're damaged and to get help for it, but they don't do that. They make excuses to be bad.
I want things out of life, and there's only one way to give it, and that's cash, money. And I found a way I can get it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get it. I'm going to get it.
Notice how he uses the word I. That's all he cares about. Nothing wrong with that, but it's bad for obviously it went bad for the community. And it's funny because in these other rooms, they want to blame Black women for a lion's share of the damage in the community, not realizing that Black men, we had our opportunity to build the community in a positive way, and we didn't, or to control the community, and we didn't. We might control the community now, but it's not in a good way. So instead of, the millions of men that are in the manosphere talking about literally building up the community and fixing the community and taking ownership and responsibility and accountability for our actions.
Yes.
They want to blame it all on the woman, all on the Black woman. I'm guarantee you that's exactly what they're doing. I learned a lot today in that room.
Now you may have heard that pimps beat the girls. They do this to the girls do that.
Right. And you want to know something else? It never stopped. The pimp mentality is built into the majority of the men in our community. 40% of Black women report abuse. Black women are the least to report abuse, right? So the actual number of women who are abused in the community is probably more like 60. So, and then the same group of men with the same high temper that I witnessed today, okay, in a Black Manosphere channel on panel, they want respect from a woman, whilst disrespecting women. That was amazing to me.
Supper, we don't go through those changes. We're out there, we're doing what we're doing. And he's accepting what we're doing, and he's doing what he's doing. So that's what y'all call pimps and whores. But I'm just telling you that we're not, the way you think we are.
Listen, we human. Why do you go out and work?
We human. She might. Here we go.
Because I love him. That's why. Can you understand that?
I think so.
All right. Then that's your answer.
What does he do for you?
He gives me himself.
Paula, why do you work for him?
Why do I work for him? Because he needs me.
This is why I go out and work. Because he does need us. It's as simple as that. I don't think there's anything wrong with giving someone you love some money the best way you can,
Man, those pimps ran a game on these women back then. There's fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive for you. That's what they were talking about. This is what they meant by fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive right here. Is a man, when they say that, and when they talk that rhetoric, what they're really saying is, can I use you? Preferably up. That's what they mean. That's what they're saying. Miss RV in the house. Act Natural Under Pressure is in the house. Mistress Newbie is here. Ellen Ripley's in the house. Gold Reflections in the house. Why is Seeking Knowledge in the house? Let's keep it going.
I mean, other women do it in other ways. This is how I do mine.
What's a pimp's life like? How did you get started in this business? You didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to be a pimp.
No, it was more or less a thing of, I guess, me really recognizing.
Exactly, Act Natural. Almost like a cult.
Things that I could do and the things that I feel as if I love to do. And I love doing what I do.
This is Silky, who describes himself as having a PhD in pimping. He claims to earn as much as the president, $200,000 a year. He wears a $5,000 watch and a $4,500 ring. Pimps are nothing if they are not conspicuous consumers.
Oh, man.
The word pimp has a certain pejorative sound. It's a nasty word. Does it bother you?
To whom?
To many people. To myself, for example.
Not to an individual who's dedicated their life to it.
You talk about it almost as though it's a very special calling.
Well, that's what I feel.
Describe a typical day in your life. How does it start?
No respect for humanity whatsoever. This is our painful legacy, fellas. What in the world are we doing? And what's funny is you say, well, no, that was back then. No, you guys still respect and look up to pimps. Tommy Sotomayor, what? He was a porn star, which is basically a sideways pimp. Who's that? Something the Pimp the G, or whatever his name was. Y'all, he was a manosphere hero.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all loved him.
Yep.
Kevin Samuels. Stable of women. He's flossing like that.
Yep.
That's what you call a pimp trick. This is why the community's bad. We had a chance. If you want women to respect you, you have to be respectable. And the point that I silently made in that chat, whilst getting kicked out, is they could not for their life be respectable in there. One or two men, maybe. I'll give Fergie a little bit. At least he was quiet today. Usually cusses me out. Now, here's the funny part. They say that, every stereotype of the lazy black man, he has.
Let me show you what it is, folks. About time. For her research, Mrs. Milner got a job as a topless dancer in a San Francisco club, where she was billed as Tiger Red.
Gold Reflection says this: it's similar to reading the comment section in most of the videos and shorts. 99% of the comments are disrespectful and hateful towards women. Bars. Talk about that most of the prostitutes were
the symbols of power. Color TV, magnificent clothing, car, many women. These are symbols of power and manhood to the young black boy growing up in the ghetto.
And his style, his flash, his color, his manipulation of the symbols of power is part.
Don't forget, everybody, the video that I play in the beginning of my videos with the music is made by Bonnie. She was a great channel. If you want to relax, maybe listen to some music, get into the mood, check out Bonnie. Check her out. It's like a relax channel. Go and relax. She make a party for you sometime. And don't forget, this video credit goes out to my brother, DJ George. Hey, sis. What's up, y'all? I know I'm up late. I ain't gonna keep y'all up all night. But I did this yesterday, right? But I went to sleep. All right, let's go.
Part of the gaining of manhood by American black men.
Isn't that what Kevin Samuels does? Isn't that what he does? Let's go back. Let me break it down like this. This is from Brown Girls Are Beautiful. And she is beautiful too. Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
There are some interesting things that I wanted to point out with this as well. All right. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Here we go. All right. Hopefully you all can see this.
We can see it.
All right. Hopefully y'all can see my screen. Yes, it looks like you can see my screen. That's
this is Tanacha and
all right.
Versus Kevin.
There we go. Make it bigger for everyone.
I thought, wait a minute. Why is she suing Kevin? Why would you sue such a nice, great, high-value man?
Oh
man. What's going down here? Let's keep it going.
Here, okay, you have Dallas County District Courts. Again, that is Dallas County District Courts. Y'all see this? Now, what's interesting about this? I'm going to tell you what's interesting. This right here was updated on May 6, 2022. Okay.
2022.
Once again, this was updated on May 6, 2022.
Okay, Sam.
Why was it updated on May 6, 2022? You all know the answer to that. Because allegedly, Kevin Samuels departed this earthly realm on May 5th, 2022. Can I get an amen? Okay. So it looks like the Dallas County District Courts went in the very next day and updated this case. Why is that? I do not know. How soon and how quickly were they alerted that Kevin Samuels succumbed to his injury that we saw in the police report? I don't know. I don't know. But all I do know is what I see before my very eyes. And what do we see is that at 12:34, okay, on May 6, 2022, this was updated by the Dallas County District Courts. Why would they feel the need to go in and update this court case ever so soon after his untimely demise? I have no idea. But anyway, it says on March 2nd, 2010, Tanasha Samuels filed a family marriage dissolution divorce lawsuit against your boy, Kevin Samuels, yours truly. This case was filed in Dallas County District Courts. Dallas County Family District Courts located in Dallas, Texas. The judges overseeing this case are Cherry, Lynn, and Beauchamp Scott. Okay, so it's
Let me pause it right there. Miss RV says this. Some Dusties blocked me earlier because I told them that you don't get to sell and buy humans. It's modern day slavery. And you don't get to glorify pimp culture and say you're pro.
affidavit and ability to pay, original petition. All right, why is the public record?
Why I'm playing this is because somewhere in the manosphere, they had this myth that he didn't owe or he didn't owe child support. So I just wanted to show this quickly to show you that that's not the case. I think this is his second wife, by the way, not his first one. Look at all that. Payment, keys. Let me go fast forward. And look, his wife was gorgeous too, and he messed that up. Look, watch.
Yeah.
She is submissive and everything. She is pretty, huh? He messed that up. He blew that. He messed that up.
It was the.
He messed that up. He
Rainbow.
he wanted to live that pimp culture.
Who
He
that?
messed that up. Why, oh, why must he chase the cat? See, that the point I'm trying to make as far as this, pimp culture makes you never satisfied. It makes you never satisfied with who you have. So you can't be loyal. You can't be loyal. Let me go back to the pimp culture. Let's break it down like this.
It's a sad reality.
I'm trying to
Our
help
state
you.
is
That's why
one of the
I
top
gotta
3
eat.
states in the entire nation for human trafficking. It is a title no one wants, but unfortunately, it is a reality so many live.
Right. I mean, you guys are probably saying, hey, wait, why are they calling
Gotta
black
get my
men way back
energy
there
up.
in the 80s pimps, you know? Why are they calling them pimps way back in the 80s? I mean, we don't like that anymore.
Month, we brought you the Selling Girls series where we looked into the epidemic of child trafficking. Tonight, we hear from someone on the other side.
Let me pause it right there. Let me know if you can hear it okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it good. If you need a little bit more volume, let me know. Here we go.
Former pimp explains how quickly a conversation can change your life.
Man, they need to clean this place up.
In the heart of these South Seattle streets
Like my brother to this day call me money.
is a man who will tell you
Money.
he used to run that.
Oh, you a pimp, huh? Yeah. I know how to deal with ladies.
Y'all a
Yeah.
pimp? It gave you power.
I already have power, but yeah, it gave you some kind of, it gave you satisfaction, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I can have a woman do whatever I want when I want.
Galen Harper will also
I need my strength,
he
Nick.
left those 10 plus years of pimping behind.
I think about all the things that I know about that are trapping these kids. The drugs, the way people are living.
You got try to
See,
pimp
'cause
now.
I can help stop a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of things. I know.
He knows how pimps are working women, even right outside his doorstep.
We want you. But I know how to roll with pimps. I know how to roll, you know what I'm saying? I know how to roll with the players, the hustlers, the dope dealers. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't engage in it.
And he knows from experience how some Seattle pimps keep complete control.
I had this one hoe, she used to always, I had to damn near choke the shit out of her just to get her to want to go out. But she wanted to go out, but she liked it that.
I
you know what I'm
know.
saying?
It's your birthday
How
again,
39-year-old
Nicole.
Harper disciplined the roughly 20 women he says he rented out
It's on
for
your
sex up until
Hold
the
up.
early 2000s. It's how he made sure they would continue to get.
We all gonna stop and wish Nicole a happy birthday again. I'm telling you, her birthday come once a week until she decides. So happy birthday, Nick, again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you.
Give him all their cash.
I go get my money. We talking about? Pow, shut up.
That's not how the women's story started, though.
How would I break a woman? I would get you to trust me. When I get you to trust me, then I come on in.
Long before Harper
Man. Manipulation at its best.
would put his hands on a
Or I
woman,
should say worst.
Where you get your hair done at?
he would charm her
You look sexy with them glasses on, girl. Like,
with his words.
and I'm gonna work.
Look, all
So you'll
that pimping.
And
right?
trailer trash.
Look at him now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him now. Living out of a, you know, I don't even, it doesn't work, whatever it is. Look at him now.
And I'm gonna work to sell you a story, to sell you a dream,
I
to
know
make you
you
feel
done
that
messed up your dream.
that's the guy I want.
Some pimps go to
And let me stop it right there because that's exactly what men do today. He sounded just like Jeezy when he said that. Manipulators.
great lengths to manipulate their victims.
Hoping to pimp a girl.
Undercover Police Sergeant Jason Diaz says they work hard to hide it.
Incredibly charming.
Well, I seek knowledge, no more pimping, no more Carmex. Oh, man.
I mean, they seem like every other person.
What is he eating? What was he eating? Eating powder?
They've got a strong charisma about them. They have a gift of gab about them.
Yeah, strong charisma. A strong charisma. Yep. They're Casanovas, you know what I mean? It's funny because people don't read the real definition of Casanova. The story about it. It ain't that cool. Let me just put it that way.
It's not
And
just
they honestly
Casanova,
believe that they can manipulate you as well.
Harper didn't waste his time trying to.
Yeah. We're living in pimp culture. Manipulators, when they get mad, you know what they do? When the manipulators get mad, they run over to red pill channels. They run over to Kevin Samuelite channels. That's what they do.
To manipulate confident women.
So I look, how she's walking.
He looked for the vulnerable ones,
That's how you know one way.
the women who were missing something.
You all right?
Love, family, or something else he promised he could provide.
Now she can get relaxed and talk about her feelings. 'Cause that's all she wants. And if you give her a shoulder to lean on, she's going to give you her heart.
That bond between a victim and her pimp makes this undercover detective's job much harder.
because they don't see themselves as victims.
Detective Maurice
Yeah,
Watt
maybe prostitutes are probably what? They are probably the super mammies if we had to define them as something, because they defend. A mammy might get lucky, and a mammy might get lucky and actually defend a guy who might be decent, but a super mammy, she'll defend anybody, even pimps. That's all bad. That's all bad. Yeah, they love feeding off of each other. Bars.
Washington has worked hundreds of local
Act
and
natural
national
under pressure.
trafficking cases.
This is actually one of the areas that
He says many pimps recruit online and they practice in populated places.
So just the mere thing of being, let's say, at a bus stop and striking up a conversation with someone and seeing how far along can you get? Can you get to the point that you get a phone number? Can you get to the point that you get a date?
Harper stayed in the game for the fancy life and the power.
Yeah,
Sex.
he a trailer
Harper
park
stayed in the
pimp.
game for the fancy life and the power. Look at him now.
A trailer park pimp.
Let's face it, his lips are too dry for him not to be on drugs.
Power.
The sex and the money.
A
All I do is
super
smoke and
mammy.
chill, sit back and crack some other bras and chill with my partners.
In
And
2004, the lifestyle wasn't worth the risk anymore.
it hit me dead center under my belly
Harper
button.
got shot.
Bladder shit's right there.
He says he found God that day.
I've been blessed to make
Yeah,
it.
see, it's funny that it takes after damaging all those women, probably hundreds of women,
I
right?
found God.
Damaging
Jesus.
all those women, he has to get shot to see the light. Let's put it that way.
A trailer park
And the
pimp.
thing is that let's say, let's multiply him, right, by thousands. That's a very damaging thing to a community. Really, quite honestly, one or two bad apples in the neighborhood can ruin the neighborhood. Just think if there's 50 of them.
My life and all my limbs and my sanity with a second chance. A lot of people don't get a second chance. Only cars get brand new grills, not people.
But in this life,
Hey, you got 50 cents?
second chances don't always come with a fresh start.
He said you
I don't
got
really
50
remember the
cents.
last day that I was a pimp, because truth be told, pimping is always gonna be in me.
Harper's talking about his swagger.
Hey girl, how
You
you
said
doing? All
50
right,
cents.
man.
The charm he used before to do
I
wrong.
have a gift of influence. I can fluctuate and sway.
The difference today, he's using his words to come out of the dark.
Let's just put it like this. I don't regret nothing. But if I didn't go through what I went through, I would never have understanding about how to help people.
To help others see the truth behind a pimp's words.
My
And
man
to
need
help
50
himself
cents.
move on
What's
to do
stogie?
what's right.
You know,
And
you
the
go
beer.
through what you go through.
Now, this is the
Yeah, this
problem I
the
have.
Jesus.
You can feel bad for him,
Oh.
but if you really put some thought to it and think
Yo,
about
come get your pimp, yo.
all
Nick,
the
Nick, come get your pimp.
human beings he
Yeah, you
damaged,
boost that pimp.
and really think about it,
That's it. That's it right there.
how can you feel anything for him? He's absolutely no remorse.
Mm-mm-mm.
No
had to come to
remorse
Jesus.
whatsoever.
He almost went to Jesus. You mean you almost visited him?
Let's get into this next one.
He almost visited Jesus.
In the case of Gerald Jackson, you're free to go.
Let's pause it right there. This is the baddest blogger right here. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Sue the truth. Case closed. Next case. The Aura.
That's the food stamp.
All right, y'all.
Okay, let me turn it down a little
Somebody
bit.
said, "Now you
Little,
trailer trash.
high.
You trailer
Boom.
trash." Man, I said no. I said that.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Listen, y'all had a little technical difficulties. Y'all already know I always got technical difficulties when I'm doing something live. Y'all know this is always live and on the air. So
let me fast forward a little bit.
Story needed to get as much publicity as the other young lady's story. And so I reached out to her and I told her who I was and what I did and, you know, the things that I do. And she was so brave and courageous to tell me that she would like to talk about this live on the North Carolina Beat. And I have her live with me tonight. This is her story. This is what she had to go through. Okay, this is her pain. You know, just to even hear the fact that a young lady is accusing her own biological father of molesting her and allegedly molesting her, and he's walking around acting like he didn't do anything and acting like he didn't know. In another case, with his other daughter, he stated that I believe he thought it was his ex or something along those lines.
He thought what?
But she is here. I'm going to call her Monet, for the simple fact that, you know, she has been receiving threats. Her and her family has been receiving threats from this monster. Okay. Now I want to show you guys who Chef Gotti is. This is him.
Monsters are good at threats, that's for sure. Welcome to the times of Chef Gotti and Martell Hare. Here we go.
Him right here. This is him right here. He's out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is Chef Gotti, aka Martell Hare. That is his real name. Okay, this is who he is right here. This story has gone viral all around the world.
Goodness.
And tonight, his oldest daughter is going to be right here talking with me about this. Okay, so I want you guys to give her respect. You know, just show her much love, because you never know what people are going through and what people are dealing with. And so many oftentimes you have victims who are not believed, okay, because the suspect and the perpetrator does everything that they can to clean up, to try to make people believe and come up with these concocted stories. And, you know, they just always try to shut the victim out, okay? And, you know, when I looked at this man's picture, I said, you know what? He do look like he a nasty freak. Like he looks like he would do something like that. Like he just looks like it.
Forgot to ride the bus.
And you know what they do? They always try to put fear into victims, and they always try to make them run. They always try to make people believe that they are not telling the truth. But you is nasty.
Yeah, he's getting all into it. Okay, here we go.
Are nasty as hell.
That's crazy. Let me fast forward just a little bit. Here we go.
This is very devastating. This is very okay, very serious. And I want to allow Miss Monet to talk about her story tonight. And I just want everyone to just listen to the story and just listen to everything that she has to say. This is a very devastating. This is very devastating. And I want you guys to listen to what Miss Monet has to say. Miss Monet, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right. She's about to go on to the onto the mic. She is the daughter. She's speaking out. So I want to stop her right there for a second because I want to bring it. Let me make sure I remember where that was at. Okay, exclusive Chef Gotti. This is so important. You listen to this together.
That's not something.
Okay.
It's very important.
Is she well-mannered, well-behaved, smart, going to come first? Or is she well-mannered?
Remember, we just went through the pimp culture and manipulation, right? Listen to what Kevin does here.
Smart, taking care. Does she understand? And do I really believe that you're going to come second to my husband? Is my husband going to come first?
This is pimp talk right here. This is pimp talk right here. This is not husband talk. Because as you saw, he failed as a husband. I made proof of that right now in this right there, that he failed as a husband. This is pimp talk. This is why he got divorced. Let me keep it going.
Or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right?
Oh, God.
Let's say we have 2 kids together, and your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower.
So you would think that you had some protection because lifeblood, right?
To come first, or is it we're a package deal? If you're a package deal, that's no deal. I'll be honest, it's a package deal, that's no deal, because let's say you and I were to get married, you got a daughter, right? Let's say we have 2 kids together, and your child is 5. So 10 years from now, your daughter comes home and said, Kevin touched me, looked at me getting out of the shower. What happens next?
The relationship will have to end.
Huh?
That's not something the relationship would end immediately.
Because your daughter said I looked at her getting out of the shower.
Why would that person need to be close to the bathroom to see her? That would be the thing. You have to defend your seed. You have to defend your child.
But you also remember you got 2 of my kids.
See how he's manipulating 2 of my kids. That's weird because last I checked, by his analogy, they came out of her, right? 2 of my kids. Welcome, Rich. Let me go back down here to Chef Gotti.
This is very devastating. This is very, very devastating. And I want you guys to listen.
Remember now, Kevin has an audience of 1.5 million, or he did. Think about the negative impact on the community, him saying something like that. And then we have men like Chef Gotti's floating around. That's just crazy. Welcome, Ellen.
Miss Monet has to say. Miss Monet, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. You sound like you're far away. Can you come to the phone just a little bit? Now, I just want to let you guys know we will be doing this audio, okay? Audio. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you just fine. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine.
You're fine. I first want to say that I am so sorry that this has happened to you.
Pause. Back to the Kevin Samuel clip. It doesn't matter how many kids he has with her. If he's inappropriate with the first, it's over. Bars.
From our conversation, we do know that authorities have issued a warrant out for Martell Hare's arrest. From my understanding, he is not in custody right now. But thank you so much
for allowing me to bring you on to the North Carolina Beat to tell your story about what has happened to you. Thank you so much. And we want to know, about this sleaze bag. And I just want to first say, how are you feeling right now?
I'm all right.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Martell Hare is your father, correct? He's your dad. He's your biological, right? And how was it growing up? Was he in your life? I mean, was he?
Look, she's pretty too. She's very pretty. I don't know why these men keep damaging women.
Not in your life. Can you tell us about how your growing up was with him?
Okay. I'm gonna just say what I remember.
Okay.
I remember that. So, like, I know.
And everyone, let me say this before you start. She's nervous. She's a little nervous. She's been nervous since we spoke. Okay, so just give her time. Go ahead, Monet.
I say from 5 to 11. No, I say from 5 to, okay, I say 5 to 11. My dad was in and out my life. But when my dad was in my life, like, I say he used to pop up for birthdays and come around, but he went around the whole year. He used to come around certain days of the year. But it wasn't like he was I won't say he was a deadbeat, because before this situation even happened, my daddy could pop up 4 times a year and I could be around my mama the whole year. And could nobody tell me my daddy was a deadbeat, like my daddy. I was the daddy's girl. It don't matter how many times he came around a year. I was the daddy's girl.
Right.
So like until I was, I'd say 4 to 6, he was coming around. He was coming in and out. And then when I got to 7 years old, he was coming around more. Then I got to 8 years old. I was a daddy's girl now. Like nobody can tell me. Like I picked my daddy or my mama. I used to get into it with my mama when she used to say stuff about my daddy. Like, can nobody tell me nothing about my father?
Right.
Can nobody? So when I was 8 years old, mama needed help because we was going house to house. So we needed help. So he asked my dad. My dad had a girlfriend named Maya.
Damn, this is a trip. This is a trip. Here we go.
And she asked my dad for help so I can come live with him. So I went along with them. I was like, I can go to my dad because I don't want to go out of town with you. I can stay up here with my dad.
Right.
So I'm with my dad anyway. I'm a daddy's girl. I used to tell my mama, like, my daddy got more stuff than you. I used to tell my mama all type of stuff because nobody tell me nothing about my father. Like, I was a daddy's girl.
So growing up, he was in and out of your life from 5 to 11 years old, and he would show up on the birthdays and different occasions. But you was a daddy's girl. Growing up, I mean, was his behavior towards you something that a father would not do, or I mean, how did he treat you? Did you guys, did he take you out to the park, or he just showed up for the occasions? Did you guys go out to eat? I mean, what type of activities did you all do?
Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. They envy women, so they seek subjugate and hurt us. They seek to subjugate and hurt us, dominate and put us in submission.
Dominate and put us in
I need to read
submission.
better.
They have not
socialized.
Very primitive.
They have not socialized, still very primitive. Yeah, he would. And Miss RV says this. Yeah, he was checking to see when she was talking about how
When
he
she
would
was
pop
old
in and
enough.
out of her life. Miss
Mhm.
RV is going to say, yeah, he was checking to see if she was old enough that that's why he only came in around birthdays.
This is the reason why black women just don't want to admit that these men are not going to build. They're not going to build anything. It's not in their nature to build. It is in their nature to just lay around and be lazy. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, they are not going to build anything. And the men and these dusties, they don't have any energy. They are very low vibrating. Their life force is very low vibrating. So that's why they need women around, because women energy represents life. The feminine energy is always circulating. It represents richness and growth. So a black man is like this, all right? And you could agree with me, DJ, when I say this, that if they don't have access to women, if they are lonely for too long, they would basically die, because they would get so sick. And Princella mentioned this also, that when men don't have access to women, then they become physically sick. Like when they break up, and also when they break up with women, they become physically sick. So you don't agree that, say if a black man didn't have access to women for like 7 years, he just didn't have access to women or sex or anything, he would age like 3 times his age. He would get so many physical elements. And I don't think that black men could survive without women. I mean, what is your opinion on that? I mean, men who are straight men, or men who are into women.
Yeah, I really don't have an opinion about it. I think it really depends. I wouldn't say men in general. I think certain men, they're weak. So if they're not around a woman, or if the woman's not taking care of them, they fall apart. Don't get me wrong. There's, a woman should make you stronger, but there are some men that they're so codependent on either controlling somebody or being with somebody, and letting them control them, that they lose energy, and that's basically so. Yeah,
That's because men, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be showing some more, but I'm gonna bring back to life a lot of my brother older videos, because they good, right? I don't like to show the new ones. I like to show the old ones, like, and bring them back to life. But the problem is not just men. I mean, not just men, women too, but majority of men. You have to have discipline. And a lot of men have a lack of discipline. That's why they are able to let their hormones and all of that take over. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to let me get up out of here. The kitchen is too hot. Let me get out of here, right? They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to say no, right? That's the only way you can become your true higher self, right? But when you're constantly weak, there's no way you can be a leader. There's no way you could possibly be a leader in the community, or even a leader in your home, if you have lack of discipline. But see, you flip it. They flip it and make it seem like they get a lot of women. But in all reality, it's a lack of discipline. If you don't know how to say no and stop following temptation, there's no way at least a woman can say no. Because for some reason, men I don't know why they keep thinking that they have more of a sexual drive than a woman. You do not. Both can have an equally high sexual drive, but women practice more discipline. Even if it's because she may get called out her name, even if she doesn't want, at least it's something, but it's something that's making her say no. She might want to say year two, but she's saying no. But these men, there nobody checking them. Not even STDs, right? STDs cannot even make these men have discipline over themselves, over their bodies. There's nothing stopping them until they reach a certain age. Until they reach a certain age. Oh, they're going to get disciplined, all right. But let's carry on. I mean, even when you have to look at your own children and little kids and all of that, and you talking about y'all the leaders, and y'all can't even say the word no, no thank you, find a way to get out of Dodge. Y'all fall for the same trap over and over and over and over and over.
I mean, your point directly may not be exact, but in my opinion, but the result is still the same, where they get weak and they frail and they die, but different ways. I mean, I should say delete in different ways. That's probably why a lot of these men, are a little bit volatile sometimes, because they don't feel, even if they're getting women, they're not getting enough. And that's the same of not having any to them.
So that's why the passport bros, they want to go and, have sex with as many prostitutes as they possibly can. So that's why the movement is out there. Do you think that or not?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. They feel like their self-esteem, they feel like they can build their self-esteem off of other women. That's what they think.
Wow.
Let me go ahead and keep this rolling. Here we go.
Wow. So y'all never had that father and daughter type of bond, as far as like you say, spending time with him, going out on daddy-daughter dates or anything like that. And you are his oldest daughter, right?
Yes.
Okay, and how many sisters do you have on your dad's side?
2.
Okay, do you have any sisters on your mom's side?
No, I'm the only child.
You're the only child. Now, how was your relationship with your sisters?
For a while, I was the only child on my father's side, and then when Mariah came around, I was the black shadow. But that's why I always after a while, I don't know. After a while, it would start to get weird. Like Shemaya wasn't around my whole life. When Shemaya disappeared when I was 4 or 3.
Okay. So you have Shemaya, you have Mariah. So how old are your sisters?
Shemaya 16, Mariah 11.
Okay. And you have your own story about your father and what he did to you. And we're not going to go into details about exactly what he did to you. But in 2017, you made filed a police report or allegation against your father. Can you talk about what that allegation was?
Okay, so
And take your time.
Speed it up just a little
Take your
bit.
time. We're in no rush. Go ahead.
Take your time, baby. Take your time. It's hard to say.
She's going through it, folks, right now.
Mhm.
She's going through it.
Exactly.
Give her a moment, y'all.
Exactly.
Are you okay?
Yeah, they do, Angela. And that's his own daughter.
She's not.
She's not.
Oh, that's so sad.
All right. So
no, isn't it? Man.
let me just chop her down for a moment, and I'll just talk to the the live for a moment. Give me one moment. All right, you guys. As you can tell, this is you know, re-talking about it. You know, broadcasting it. And let me be clear. Monet wanted to do this interview. I don't ever pressure anyone to do an interview with me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact that when it's time to talk about it, it's hard. And it's very traumatizing for the simple fact that this has not only happened to her, now it has happened to her sister. It's happened to her sister. Her father, their father, did this to them. So it's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, to tell
And,
the
I
world.
took it down just to give them a couple of minutes. But I want to show you guys again before I try to bring Monet back up again. This is Chef Gotti. Okay. Chef Gotti has been accused of molesting his own daughters.
Touching feeling.
His own daughters, his own flesh and blood. He is a chef in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His biological name is Martel Hare.
Allegedly.
And he has denied allegations. He stated that this was not true. But not only has he denied the allegations, but he has also threatened the families.
Wow. What a way to seem innocent is to threaten the family.
Yeah.
Ellen, if you have any comments, feel free to do so. I'm going to look them up right now and see what I can find on them.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, this is just obscene and disgusting. Black men as a collective, the only thing that they have, and this is truly the only thing that they have, is their women. You know, all of their land has been basically looted and ran through. They don't have anything left. The only thing they got is their women, and they treat their women like crap. It's like they've made a deal with the universe that they're going to be slaves for the rest of their lives. They're not going to build anything. They're not going to do anything. And unfortunately, they're just going to ravish and mistreat and run through their women. I don't know. Make it make sense. Do you think you don't think that's backwards? Because most men, a nation could really rise no higher than its women. I know that sounds like a quote, but like, what sense does that make if, you know, the woman is all the wealth, she's everything? You know, the most important thing you can have is land, but the most second important thing that you can have is women. What's the purpose? That's why I say that Black men want to be slaves. They made a deal with their oppressors to subjugate themselves and their women. They just in order that they don't want to do any work. They don't want to build everything. They want anything.
Exactly.
They want another man to take care of them. They want to build in another man's nest. And this is proof positive. Look how they treat you. And it seems like Black women are so hypnotized. They can't, the only thing that they want is a Black man. Like you saw those two prostitutes saying that the reporter asked her, what does he give you in exchange after you give him all your money? And they say he gives us himself.
Right.
They sound like clowns. They sound like they're mentally ill.
That was cringy. Yep. Especially for somebody who he's giving himself to everybody, you know, all his workers. Let me play this clip right here.
Let's get it. We finally have a statement from Martel Hare, aka Chef Gotti. If you don't know who he is or know about the allegations, please watch my previous video. So after hours of silence, Chef Gotti has taken to Facebook to deny these accusations that were levied against him. So he shared a Facebook post of what appears to be his daughter where he says that he guessed that he wrote this too. I done been lied on, talked about by the same people I would have died for. My heart is hurt. I've been a father since I was 14. I love my kids more than life itself. They've always been my last breath. My heart is hurting. Y'all killed my name, my character, and made me out to be someone I am not. So a pretty lengthy Facebook post was made by the daughter where she shared some text messages between her and her mother. She said she lived with her mother for 15 years, and 12 of those years she was kept away from her father. She then goes on to talk about some abuse that she suffered with the mother and said that her father kept getting calls from CPS. She then says she went to live with her father, and she talks about the situation that occurred on July 3rd, 2022. That is the situation that is in one of those police reports that we saw yesterday. She said that her stepmother, April, came out and immediately accused them of doing something that they were not doing. She denies that the situation that was in that police report ever happened. Attached to this Facebook post is a text message exchange between her and her mother, allegedly. Now, if these text messages are real, the mother acknowledges the fact that she was not doing right by the daughter. And the mother also asks, why did you give a statement on the two different situations if none of it were true? Now, for what it's worth, the daughter never answered that question in the text messages. She then made another Facebook post where she talked about her father's oldest daughter. She says that the oldest daughter denies that anything ever happened and also that those reports may be fake. And then she shares some text messages that are allegedly between her and that oldest daughter. But I find it quite strange that she's communicating with her via email and not phone. So here's the rest of those messages where she was communicating with this alleged sister, where they are speaking about the stepmother being cold and that they believe that the reports are fake. And they said that they typed the case number into a system and it doesn't pop up. So again, that's basically it. Martell Hare, aka Chef Gotti, has made this statement and sharing the daughter's statement along with it. So he didn't go into any details about why this would happen. If it is a lie, why would somebody do this to you? Who do you think did it? He didn't go into any detail. Players, this is very strange. If it were me in this situation, I would definitely outright deny and lawyer up. What would you do? Put your thoughts in the comments.
What do you think?
Yeah, he's basically lying. You could tell he's lying through that text message.
Sometimes all you need to do is see the story around the story, in my opinion. What I mean is that the way he was treating his daughter by not really seeing her that much, even though he would pick her up and then drop her off at his girlfriend's house instead of spending time with her, that tells you right there that he really didn't have that close of a connection with her. So she was, and basically the way he was treating her is a narcissist in a narcissistic tone as well, which if you put them both together, it makes a bad tonic. Let's just put it that way.
I just don't understand why can't these guys why can't they control their sexual urges? Like it seems like they can't for a minute. All they think about is sex. Like they can't for 1 millisecond think about anything to uplift their community or build their community. It's like they have some, you know what? And okay, this is going to be really mean, but I basically see these Dusties as walking penises, because that's all they think with their small head. They don't think they don't have a brain.
Almost all
okay, I'm sorry.
let me keep going. Here we go.
Specifically Monet and her family, trying to pressure them to not tell their story, trying to pressure them to go away, because he can't come to the realization that he has made a terrible mistake.
That ain't no mistake.
Several terrible mistakes.
That ain't no mistake.
So that is a photo of him. Monet, are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. You want to start over? You want to pick up where we left off?
Okay, so
No, she's not
okay,
okay.
so Mama had asked her because Mama had went to move to Janesville, Wisconsin, to a shelter, and Mama didn't want to move me in a shelter with her because my daddy was living with the girl, and it was on their feet. They had a house. So me and Maya, which is my dad's second baby mama, we had a shower schedule. So we should get say if we got in the shower Monday, we don't get in Tuesday, we get in Wednesday morning before I go to school. So after a while, my shower schedule started getting mixed up because now I'm not getting in the shower with Maya. I'm getting in the shower when he here. And not only am I getting in the shower when he here, I can't wash myself up. So it kept going on until I stopped getting in the shower with Maya completely. So I kept telling Maya, I'm like, when you're not here, I can't wash up myself. I can't wash up myself. I can't get dressed with myself. I can't lotion my body up. I can't do nothing. So one day she walked in and I kept telling her, my Maya, it's getting weird. Like it's getting too close to my private part. And she was like, well, I don't look at it like that. That's your father. I would never look at it like that. I'm like, okay. So every weekend, I was going to my grandma's house. So one weekend I came back from my grandma's house. We had 2 beds in the room. So Moody had her bed, and there was another bed on the side of the room. After a while, I wasn't allowed to sleep on the bed. I had to sleep on the floor. So I was wondering like how I can't sleep on the bed if ain't nobody else sleeping on the bed.
Right.
So
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. It's okay. We stand behind you. We stand beside you. We stand behind you. And we're holding your hand. So just take your time. Take your time. All right, I'll take you off again, give you a couple more minutes.
okay. So one night I was sleeping on the floor. Mind you, I couldn't sleep on the bed no more. I had to sleep on the floor. So he came in the room. I'm not thinking of nothing. I'm like, that's my body, like Maya's telling me, but I'm telling her something different. But we're not gonna think of it that way. So we're gonna think of it like it's my father. So I'm on the floor. He on the floor with me. And all of a sudden he just started touching on me. So I'm like, okay. I never remembered a father them for touching us. I never heard of that. I never heard of another child saying that. My friends don't tell me that. So he began putting on my clothes. So I'm like, I never had my clothes put on before. Never got touched down there before.
Hey,
I never
fool.
even
Great
looked at
interview, my
myself down there
sister.
before.
Yeah.
So he began rubbing on my private area, and it began to burn.
Oh,
and I'm telling him like that burn. It don't feel good. I don't like the way that feels. It's burning.
Oh God, this is terrible. That is so. It's just. Oh my God. So she's stating that like, I can't even say it. It's so obscene. So she's saying her father had sex with her. Father actually penetrated her during. That's what the feeling that she said. She said it didn't feel good. It burnt.
Right.
That's crazy. I'm sorry. If that was my husband, I would have decapitated him. I would have like, oh God, this things I would have done. I don't even want to repeat it. I don't even want to repeat it. Like he would have gasoline poured all over him and lit into flames alive. But I wanted to ask you something, DJ. Like, Why do you think Black women are still attracted to this abuse? Is it because that the black men are the same race as them, or that they just? I personally think that it is a spell, but I'll go into that like on one of my videos. But like, what is your opinion on it? Like, why do you think that they're attracted to Black men? It's been so much abuse and so much neglect within their own community, not fixing up anything. Why are Black women still loyal, in your opinion?
I think it's basically that I think people think that things will change for the better. Sometimes resilience works against you.
Yeah, but they're not going to change. Like, somebody, as a person who can really is very intuitive and who they're not going to change. They're not going to all of a sudden turn around and just change. They're not going to do it. They're not going to come together. Only another man could really make a man change. But they're not going to come together as a collective and change your community. They're not going to change the situation you're living. The only thing that they're going to do is we're just going to become a permanent underclass, because Black women keep on depending on Black men to build up their community. It's not going to happen. And I'm not angry about this. See, I have accepted the nature of a person. When you accept the nature of a thing, then you can relax, you can be free. And Black women just don't want to. That's why Black women have so much high cortisone levels. They have so much health issues going on. They're always walking around angry because they're so upset with the condition of their community that stems from Black men. And you know what to do. We have to practice selective breeding.
That definitely might help. Let me play this next one right here. We're going to come back to this clip for sure. I might have to make a sequel to this, but let's go into this for 1 minute.
Nobody wins when the family. Yesterday, and I'm like, baby, what's going on?
Let me go back here.
Man, horrors. Man, I don't like how. Okay. And they had a lot of people telling me, man, horrors. Man, I don't like how Keisha be underneath that man. And I used to tell them, well, y'all got to understand, from my point of view, I'm like, y'all got to understand, that's her daddy. She just, she want to be under her daddy. That's so see her daddy, you know what I'm saying? So, with all this being said, so I talked to my daughter yesterday. I'm putting this all like Friday feeling nothing. So I talked to my daughter yesterday, and I'm like, baby, what's going on? She like, daddy.
Let me pause it right there. Act Natural Under Pressure says this. Odd behavior always shows up before Chester's chest. Yep. Where was mom? Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's like mom lived, I think, in a different state. And she let the guy the father take the child, and you see what happened. Act Natural Under Pressure. I'm sipping wine. I hear that. Do your thing.
I'm sorry, like I knew it was wrong, and I'm sorry, and I'm just asking her, like, as a father, I understand what y'all saying and how y'all going about y'all child, y'all go a different route, because y'all gotta understand shit daily with a child that's going through things, and I ain't trying to lose my child behind being on those because of my hurt.
Fam, I had to bring you guys this story, spread awareness on it, and hopefully some form of justice could come. Imagine raising a child for 16 years. You find out that's not your child. Then the biological parent come around, or the sperm donor, and they do the unthinkable, like have sexual relations with their child. And the only reason this information is coming out is because the man girlfriend is talking, exposing them. How long can someone live with you and be with you and do such thing and go unnoticed? And all this is going down on the last weekend of 2023. So before we go over this one,
Regaming now, I can't stop looking at his bottom roll. Is that what it is? It looks weird.
remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. First thing first. Fam, this was a teenager who this was done to. Going on 5 years now, 20. And we're not going to fault her at all. If you have a dad that come around after you was just 16 years old for the very first time and a known ass offender, and the things we're about to discuss happened to you, my love, you was grown. And I feel sorry that that was the guidance that was provided to you. But fam, as I read this information, try to point out the obvious, like tagging this woman who's the man's daughter, exposing your quote unquote man. I almost feel like she been new and held this evidence until she flashed out. We're going to New Liberia, Louisiana, which is a 2-hour and 10-minute drive to New Orleans. A woman named Kiki had tagged the daughter. Of course, I blurred out her name. She went to Facebook and said the following: "Man, say, this is crazy. When an end you love, William DeCur, with green eyes, been in a relationship with this so-called daughter. Look, Jackie Sherrill's daughter, the whole effing time. I was right the whole time, laughing my A off. All the ones who said you was effing your daughter, they was right too, laughing my A off. Y'all some effing clowns. I'm definitely with the shit today. From the Good Morning Bae, My Love, and Boo text to the I Wanna F text from his daughter to him, along with the intimate A letter from her to him. Oh yeah, can't forget the ordering of sex chocolate. Oh B.A. Nick, you've been exposed. You're bad, effing clown. And your daughter too, laughing emoji. Now y'all can lay together and do all the effing y'all want to. Y'all sick. New Liberia's finest couple, laughing my A off, throwing up emoji. Some clowns. So before we continue, let's digest all this real quick, family. She said she been new. Why you just now?
Wow. Let's digest what he just said right there. Or this is getting crazier and crazier. Wow. Okay. Let me keep going.
Coming out to speak. And why you coming to the internet saying everybody's name, calling his daughter a clown like she was in competition with you, and not go to the police and mention her mother and put all this business out for the world? You just as guilty. Now, of course, I'm not giving you no angle, family, but most would say, just off this post alone, this woman, Kiki, didn't have good intentions. Fam, she released a letter. And you could tell this poor teenager was grown to this sick stuff. Poem to my love. Thank you for always making me laugh. You have never broken my heart in half. I will be there for you like you are for me. I always imagine how our future together would be. You're the best dad, friend, and mom in the world. That's why I am happy to be your baby girl. You've shown me how great it is to love and be loved. Your vibe and personality is something I'll never let go of. There is nothing I wouldn't do to keep you in my life. It's a bummer I'm your daughter, because I'd rather be your wife. You make me the happiest woman in the world. I'm glad you treasure me as a pirate does his pearl. I love how you soothe me with a simple hug. When I'm close to your body, I always feel so snug. You don't have to be perfect, be rich, or have bling. I'll be loyal forever. I love you, my king. Now, Kiki released messages from a watch. One said, and then I want your beef pause. You better. I wish we can go in the room that early. We can go have some fun. Now, Kiki's boyfriend was a man that went by William DeCur, who was also registered as an S offender back in 2013.
Oh my God. You see how desperate these women are? This is crazy. A typical mammy.
Yeah. Jeez. Poor little girl.
Mammies are just destroying. I don't know. You know what? It's coming to a point where there's going to be a divide between these mammies and women who are trying to fix what's left of the community and trying to build it. There's going to be a big divide, and these mammies are just going to be casualties of war. But go ahead, finish playing the video.
Here we go.
Incident happened on November 26, 2013. He was 29 years old at the time, so he's 39 now or 40. It happened on the 500 block of Apricot Street in New Liberia, Louisiana, in decent behavior with juveniles. Now, I would find it hard to believe that someone had a baby with someone and not know if they got themselves involved in something like that. And if they did, I don't know why they let that 16-year-old girl for the first time go be with her dad. Now, Natine was raised by another man for the first 16 years of her life. She has his last name. He went to live within the last 24 hours and spoke on this situation.
Shit, if y'all can, I want y'all to tag Kiki. I want whatever her name, Kiki, the one who made the status. I want all of it. I want attention from everybody. After my live, everybody should have a clear head on how I'm feeling about the situation and how the situation occurred. Okay. All right, everybody know me. Okay, Keisha is my daughter. I'm Horace Dugas. Keisha's last name is Dugas. Okay. I raised Keisha from a baby. It was before when our mama got pregnant, shit, I was there. So at the end of the day, when Keisha turned 16, before graduation, our mama told me that it was a possibility Keisha wasn't for me. Out of all these years, 16 years, okay, she was supposed to be for the dude that y'all seen the messages and all that from, okay? So I stepped back. I got other kids. So I'm like, only kids I got to take care of. She damn near grown. You know what I'm saying? So I let them rekindle. I'm thinking I'm letting them rekindle a daddy and daughter. That's how I was that's how it was brought to me, as him being her possibility daddy. Okay. Now, yesterday, I get a call with the messages about, you see, y'all just figuring this out today, but this shit yesterday. So I get the message that the dude that's supposed to be her daddy, that's supposed to be doing the father role, you heard me, playing with my daughter. How this come about is that my baby mama told me yesterday he found out a year ago he wasn't her dad. This was brought to me yesterday.
What?
Now, remember, in my eyes, I'm thinking like, well, that's his child. You know, I got my other kids. I'm taking care of my other kids. So him and the old lady, him and his girlfriend, well, my daughter moved with him at 16. She went on, moved with him and his girlfriend, the Kiki, whatever her name, the Kiki chick. You feel me? So they supposed to be a happy family. You know, my daughter 16, she got
crazy.
Got a 15-year-old daughter, I found out. So they supposed to be like a family, you know. He going with the mama, he got his daughter with her. He trying to rekindle what I'm thinking, he trying to rekindle all the lost years that he ain't have with her. But the whole time with her, what she told her mama yesterday, it really wasn't like that. The whole time he was on some predator, like he didn't brainwash my baby. And he was on some predator. And mind y'all, me, I ain't never changed my daughter pamper a day in my life. Like, I ain't never seen her 2D. I ain't never seen none of that. Cause me being a man, I felt like that was my place. Even when she got old, I used to get mad at her when she'd leave our clothes.
Why? I don't understand that. Why wouldn't he change his own flesh and blood pamper? Like what that doesn't make any sense. Do you think that that's normal, DJ, that he would not change his own daughter's diaper?
It sounds like to me he has maybe a similar problem as the other guy.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Clothes out and be like, Daddy, come bring me my clothes in the bathroom. I'll get on her ass. Keisha with the phone, like, you know, I don't rock like that, man. Make sure you got your shit before you go in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I do that with my stepdaughter. I did that with Simone children. I did that with everybody that I done been with that had kids. Like, I don't, you know, I look at their kids like my kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't, none of that. But let's go back to the story. So, boom, I found out yesterday through messages just like y'all that the dude have been having sexual intercourse with my daughter. Mind y'all, my daughter was a virgin. He was her first. So y'all gotta look at it like, y'all gotta really feel what I'm feeling like when she left at 16, he really basically like drill her to being like on that. Y'all didn't watch the movie that the black cheetah, whatever the from driller. Now, mind you, years ago, I didn't told her mama, man, I heard things about dude. You know what I'm saying? But her mama was on, oh, I'm just hating. Oh, you hating this and that. You just mad, this and that, this and that, this and that. No, I wasn't mad. You know what I'm saying? I was letting you know. I was hurt. Yes, I was.
Act Natural says the way is single life. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to ask, he knew all this. Okay, so you mean to tell me he didn't put that heater on his ass once he found out that he was doing this to his daughter? He didn't retaliate. I mean, he didn't retaliate.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, like I said, you know, maybe he's done the same thing for all we know.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Act Natural says this, sir, I don't know you. It's giving, I couldn't be bothered by, yeah. He just couldn't be bothered. That's how I feel about it.
Was her because I didn't took care of a child from baby till she turned 16 and you took her from me. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday when the shit came about, I went in father mode, which I've been in. I've been in father mode since the day she left. I've been talking to Keisha every day, like, how you doing, baby? What you doing? Even showing respect.
Why wasn't he in father mood before she left and vetted the dude?
Exactly.
To him.
I mean, if he had raised her until she was 16 and dude pops up, I mean, I'd be like, well, I need to see a DNA test or something. You know what I mean? I need some paper. Why Seeking Knowledge says this, so he can't be exposed to his own daughter's infant body to change her. Too tempting for him, huh? Exactly what I was thinking. Why Seeking Knowledge. The physiology of these males, he kind of sounds jealous. Bars.
What was he expecting her to have? Like a schlong? He knew that she had female parts. Like, what was the hang up? Like, he's a predator himself. He's one of them.
Yeah. Elvieto Perez says this. It's extremely weird that you can't change your own child's diaper. If I hear that, you're suspect as heck. Bars. Act Natural Under Pressure says exactly, but let someone step on his shoes or look at him too long. Yep, that's a vibe I got too.
Like, even showing respect to him, like, Keisha, how you like it with your new daddy? Like, you got two daddies, like, you know, how you like it. You know what I'm saying? Not to have my daughter on no other shit. I didn't got so like comfortable now, like, cause I got other kids. Like I say, I got younger kids, and Keisha is my oldest. Keisha just turned 20, December 8th this month, and like I always keep in touch with her. And they had a lot of people telling me, man, Horace, man, I don't like how Keisha be underneath that man. And I used to tell them, well, y'all gotta understand, from my point of view, I'm like, y'all gotta understand, that's her daddy. She just, you know, she wanna be under her daddy. That's so say her daddy, you know what I'm saying?
First, you should say, you don't understand. I really didn't care about her that much. And that was supposed to be her daddy as my way out. That's basically the feel I even get.
And so, with all this being said, so I talked to my daughter yesterday. I'm putting this all like, that's what it is. Okay, how nobody feeling nothing. So I talked to my daughter yesterday, And I'm like, baby, what's going on? She like, daddy, I'm sorry. Like, I knew it was wrong. And I'm sorry. And I'm just asking her, like, as a father, you know, I understand what y'all saying and how y'all going to child, y'all go a different route because y'all got to understand chilly with a child that's going through things. And I ain't trying to lose my child behind being on my hurt. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I told her, I was like, well, look, Keisha, daddy not mad at you. She like, daddy, I just don't want people to look at me differently. And I'm like, baby, nobody ain't gonna look at you differently. And then today, when everybody just posting and they got these females that I know ain't under posters and trying to belittle my child, like, y'all. And at the end of the day, I'm clearing this shit. But for the 4 years that she been going away from me, she was being raised by a nigga that was predating off of her. So you got to understand, her mind was not there. She ain't have that love as a father no more when she went out there and started food. It started being a thing. And to the point that this nigga enticed it. Instead of him being a fuck, we can't be on that level. We can't be on that level. Like, nah, I'm your daddy. Like, even if I'm not your daddy, like, I'm going to be your father figure. Nah, baby, I'm going this and that. Like a man's supposed to. Wasn't doing that. This nigga was sending messages back to my baby about he liked the view. Oh, she his busted baby. This first time being with a man.
Wait, she his what? She his busted baby.
What was that?
Be on that level, like, nah, I'm your daddy. Like, even if I'm not your daddy, like, I'm gonna be your father figure. Nah, baby, I'm going this and that. Like a man's supposed to. Wasn't doing that. This nigga was sending messages back to my baby about he liked the view. Oh, she his busted baby. This first time being with a man. My daughter ain't never had sex. She's 20 years old. First man that she ever had sex is this fuck. You want to know how I feel? Y'all want to know how I feel? I've been going through and seeing this shit, and I've been standing 10 toes down and not. When y'all get on here and y'all start putting, oh, this and that, oh, she say this, oh, she say that, y'all put yourself in her shoes. Y'all put yourself in her shoes. Like, she had a father. I was her father. I took care of her for 16 years, great years. Did what I had to do. Never once, ever once played with my child or let any man play with my child.
I guess at the end he did. Man.
Because all my kids are my kings and my queens. I always try to teach them right on a dad. I done been through with other females and heard from other females.
I hope he doesn't teach them the dentistry part.
Females. Oh, my uncle did this to me when I was young. Oh, my cousin did this when I was young. Oh, this one did this to me when I was young. This one took advantage of me when I was young. At the end of the day, y'all, man, instead of belittling my child and trying to hurt my child, and man, I just ask y'all in any kind of way, just especially the women that been through that and really like console her. I can't do that. I'm a man.
That's a damn good question, El Vieto Pues. Why is this man on social media and not taking care of his business? He never played with his daughters. And really, this is really, quite honestly, I mean, this is a learning and a thing of a cautionary tale for us. But what in the world made him put this on you on social media to people he don't even know? That's suspect in itself. Tanya Sweat says this. If that's the case, then why he on Beyonce's internet talking about this and not laying hands on the guy? Bars. I'm not even saying he has to lay hands on the guy, but get him in definitely get him in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, look, you know,
No, he needs to be deleted. That's just my personal opinion. You know, it's just
Hey,
crazy.
Mimi.
okay, why
And
Seeking
he's-
Knowledge says this. I think people are coming at him, so he's trying to set the record straight. Good point. Good point. Why Seeking Knowledge? It's a good argument.
Lies.
I don't know. I don't know if you needed to go in this much detail, but I can understand him wanting to defend his, you know, his honor. That much I can understand. But some of the stuff he's saying just needed to be left out.
Man, I can't console her with the feelings of being taken advantage of.
I got you, Mimi.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting here on this internet and I just constantly seeing everybody just posting. Everybody, oh, how they could do this, oh, how they could do that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, y'all can't. You gotta understand, like, sir, I ain't got no control over her. Like I say, she moved out of town. Her mama let her move out of town with dude and this and that. So from my understanding, he was a father. That's how I was looking at it.
I
Like,
don't, this is what's hurting him. I'm telling you right now. This is probably what's bothering him. He knows down deep inside he did not do enough vetting. And probably, I'm not saying he didn't care for his daughter, but he definitely didn't care enough to want to be extremely cautious with her.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, yeah, you no, okay, oh, bye.
Exactly.
That's what happened. Yeah, at least that's what I think. Tanya Sweat says this. I guess I got too much of my dad in me because my dad would be like that bail money. Yep. That with bail money. Yep.
This is crazy. Did he say he said something in Creole, but I don't know what it meant, but
Elvieto Perez says this, Tanya, your father sounds like a good man. And Tanya, when will people learn to handle their business and not make it public service announcement on the internet bars?
he was a father. And at the end of the day, bro, shit not funny, man. Like, everybody go through shit. Everybody go through the worst. I've been going through shit with my wife, and I ain't gonna lie to nobody. Yes, it been painful. Yes, because I look at it like, man, I done did all I could do for that person.
No, I'm not saying he didn't do anything, but he didn't do everything he could have done. Otherwise, there's a percentage chance that this wouldn't have happened. That's just weird.
Person still want to be dumb. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna let that person be dumb on their own. If they still want to run that route, go be that route. But when it comes down to my kids, I got to speak on this. Yeah, people do that. People make mistakes. But at the end of the day, what is your mistake when you're not married? That's what I'm not understanding. Y'all so much on the negativity and it's about to be 2024. Everybody on a negative. Y'all need some positive women. Like, if you just like with my baby situation, y'all know the shit, but y'all laughing at it. Instead of writing, man, going at this nigga neck. Y'all not going at the nigga neck, y'all going at my baby neck. And y'all the women. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part about it.
That is kind of crazy, but let's keep it going.
The situation, which I ain't know nothing about. And like I told y'all, this nigga really built my daughter to be his sex slave, like on some shit. That's how I feel. He built her to liking him, not as a father, but as a man, like as her man.
That's a very good point.
You know what I'm saying? And supposed to do, not a father. he really opened up a door with my daughter to the point that she felt like he wasn't no father no more. This is my boyfriend. This is my man. Something that he ain't supposed to do. Knowing if he was or he wasn't her daddy, you still a grown. And right now, I want to, you know, like I want to do something badly to do, bro. But how my life set up right now, man, I'm at peace. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very humble right now. And I know if I go out there and I do something bad to him, I got other kids that's gonna miss out on me. And like I told y'all, I live for my kids. I love my kids, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them know when they're wrong or not, just like I told Keisha.
That's for sure. Rich says this: legally, I don't think he had power other than vigilante justice. He was not the bio father, and he was not married to the mother. Crazy. Yeah.
Baby, you was wrong for even looking at him like that. And I asked her.
Wait a minute. Now he's blaming her. Is he blaming her now? Chat, is he blaming her now or what? Is that what I'm hearing? Wait a minute.
And I'm very humble right now. And I know if I go out there and I do something bad to him, I got other kids that's gonna miss out on me. And like I told y'all, I live for my kids. I love my kids, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them know when they're wrong or not, just like I told Keisha. Baby, you was wrong for even looking at him like that. And I asked her, like, what made you start looking at him like that? And all my baby did was cry like, Daddy, I'm not doing it no more. I'm sorry, this and that. I'm not doing it no more. And I'm sitting here asking y'all, like, from me as a father, like, man, y'all be more kind, like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, be more kind to a female that don't know nothing of the world. She just becoming a woman. She just turned 20. And 9 out of 10, I don't know how long, but we just finding out this yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, dude, like, he's very weird. And I wish
It sounds funny coming out of him saying he's very weird, and we're listening to him, and he's kind of weird too.
But I wanted to know, look at this guy. Like, his gums are black. Who would what woman? He looks like he doesn't even bathe. Like, what woman would lay down with this guy? I don't understand. Ugh, God, black women, y'all got to get it together.
Here we go.
I wish nothing but pain on this nigga. Cause at the end of the day, you ain't have to pray on my baby, dog. You ain't have to do that. Like, you took her away from here, from her whole family, and you done drill in her head like you was gonna be, like you was her family, and you really stuck in my child, like a child that's supposed to be yours. How'd that go?
That's some creepy stuff.
This is great.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that, you know what, I have changed my ways. But as the owner of 2 machine guns and 5 Glocks, I'm telling you, I would, if my daughter or my son or my daughter told me that somebody touched them, I'm telling you, I haven't been on no gangster shit in a minute, but I'm telling you, I would roll out, and soon as they came out the house, soon as I see them alone, I would just start putting the heat on it. They would be gone. They wouldn't even be breathing. That person don't deserve to live. This guy, he's I don't know. He acts like he's he's a punk. Like, he's a clown. Why would you allow that? Either he's a punk and a clown, or he is the same type of person. And I think he's just a predator, just like him. And with that, I was just going to drop down.
No, you nailed it. I think birds of a feather, whatever. And there's probably some P code, pred code that's keeping him from, getting justice for who he's calling a little girl, but his little daughter. But man, this is so weird and confusing to me. I'm not sure how to decipher this. VLV Auto Perez says this: he still had power if he felt like something was going on. Get with the mother, get a lawyer, and go to Family Child Protection Services, FARS. Why seeking knowledge? Why is that young lady so thirsty for love? FARS. And you taught her nothing either, though. Exactly.
All right.
Which is very fishy. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he was. You never know. You never know. Maybe he was doing the same thing. He passed her around.
After
exactly.
Oh, wait till tomorrow. and
pedophile, a predator.
Man. Gold reflection. For them, the victim is at fault somehow. Bars. And how he didn't fight for the child before she became of age. Bars. He was, Tanya, my idea is I believe he was too busy. He was just too busy. LOL at Why Seeking Knowledge. Mouthful of gingivitis and plaque, nasty. Why did Seeking
Oh my God.
Why Seeking Knowledge said this: I thought he had some jewels on
You
there.
mean,
Me too.
I
I
don't
thought
know
it
where
was
the
like
black
some new
canes come from.
jewel thing that I don't know about, right? LOL, that's just plaque and gingivitis. LOL, my
Ugh.
bad. I know. Man, that's nasty. Gold reflection. That's gross. Sadly, this is the result of men spreading himself around too much with too many kids, with too many women. Bars. Mr. Newbie, I'm dead.
Weirder and weirder. I'm going through the messages like how y'all going through the messages. I didn't went on this girl Kiki, whatever her name, page. I'm all on Kiki shit because I can't even see the messages because it's a screenshot. So I went and look at the messages and really read all the messages, even though that's, and through the messages, me seeing what they was talking about, it crushed me. Because the messages was, hey, baby, how you doing, baby? Instead of, what's up, daughter? That is supposed to be. Good morning, daughter. How's your day going, daughter? No, it was, hey, baby, how you doing, baby? All through the messages was, hey, baby. I ain't never once say nothing about daughter. And then you put, I like that view. What view do you like? Man, y'all know where I be at. Y'all know how I'm coming behind my daughter. At the end of the day, y'all should respect how I'm coming behind my, all two behind y'all's.
Oh, that's what he wanted. Okay.
So at the end of the day, man, like,
wait a minute, but
I don't know what to say.
I wanted to ask a question. What daughter doesn't, what father doesn't say baby, call their daughter baby? Man, this guy, he on some perv mess.
Straight up. That's the best advice. Yeah, I hope he told her dad before. He was 4 years late. That's the only problem. Quita is in the house. Here we go.
As long as you're around that situation, she ain't gonna never be right. And she keeps saying like that, I don't want to come no, I don't want nobody looking at me differently. I don't want nobody this and that. I don't want nobody, you hear me? And I keep telling her, like, man,
Painfully enough, I have to say this, but hey, young lady, don't even feel bad because join the club. It wasn't your fault. You know, you got predoed. You know what I mean? So it's not your fault. He's right about that. That aspect of it, it's not even his fault. It's not, I mean, her fault. She needs to just let that go.
I'm not gonna look at you differently. The family not gonna look at you differently. And at the end of the day, everybody then been through it and went through it. And that's why I ask y'all women to help me, you know what I'm saying, talk to my daughter, because I'm a man. He didn't scar her so much to the point that I don't even think a man voice right now with my baby would even be.
Tanya said, these red pill guys only care about math until they get in
the
child support
comfort to her. Like, even though I'm her father, I ain't even no comfort to her, because
thank you, Ellen Ripley, for coming to the stage.
Like, I don't know what she been through. I don't know how that feel. All I'm doing is looking in like y'all. But I know half of y'all women on here then been sexually, you hear me? The same. No matter if you did text, even though it doesn't matter if she was condoning in it. You got to look at it like this. She was 16 when she left here. She's 20 now. That you're gonna look at the person that's supposed to be your father in that type of way. If anything, you're supposed to look at that person as a father and your best friend, not a father and your sexual partner.
Oh,
and that's what I want y'all to know. Like, I want y'all to know the true story. Like everything about my daughter. She graduated school, honors, smart child. She don't know. Right now, she don't even know how to feel right now, because she done seen so many people backlashes about her. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I can't do it. I'm her
you
mama,
doing it.
like her mama, but I don't want to get on that subject. You know what I'm saying? But just know right now, right now, I don't need no negativity from nobody. Like, I really need prayers. And if y'all really genuinely help with inboxing my daughter, letting her know like she not alone, because she
Fam, this story bigger than what it's looking like. From him not wanting to talk about the mother, to him saying the mother said she found out he wasn't her father a year before this. So she let her daughter just stay with the man who say they gonna raise her. And the girl speaking on this like she was in competition with the daughter, as if though they all knew. And writing poems, still saying that you wish he wasn't your dad so you could be her wife. See, but that happened at the age of 16 or 17,
My God.
18, because they said the mother just knew, well, that's really his dad, her dad, rather. It's an unfortunate situation. Sending prayers her way. Something has to get done about this. Fam, y'all let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. This was the story of a Louisiana woman exposing her boyfriend via social media with relations with his daughter. Don't forget that.
That is crazy. I mean,
why is she still speaking on it publicly without doing anything? I think Well, this is a little bit backtrack. So she could have, Angela. She could have. I would try to get an up to date on this. But it's tragic. It's tragic. I don't know why he ain't go put hands on them, if you ask me. But I don't know. I'll get an up to date on this and see what happened. But I'm gonna be on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna be on both. Try to get some hours in. But if you have any comments, leave it down below. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe. And don't forget to hit that likey like. I am out of here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And thank you all for being here. Yes, I do.
There's a lady in the land of real. There's a love that's true. Sugar love is her name, spreading sweetness too. Her voice like velvet, smooth as a summer breeze. A podcast, the soundtrack to everybody's ears. Sugar love, she's the queen of soul. Ooh, yeah. A podcast, the place where the stories unfold. Ooh, yeah. News and entertainment with a touch so sweet. She's the heartbeat of the community's beat. She brings the news with flavor like a cup of hot tea. Uncovering stories, bringing light to what we see. With her infectious laughter, she uplifts every soul. Sugar love, she's the one who makes us feel whole. She's the one who makes us feel whole. In the land of